Hello everyone, welcome. Issue 80. So our part 2 of 2 of our Armoured Sentinel and our last magazine and minis for the Astra Militarum for Combat Patrol magazine. So final sprue. Get the base. On the front, we've got Commissar here engaging with some Astartes. Looks like they're fighting Chaos. Yep, fighting Chaos. Yep, there you go, part 2 of 2. So, on the side, how to paint our Armoured Sentinel. So we're starting with the Cracked Blue, Lead Belcher, Caliban Green, Calcium Flesh, Corax White, Mephistone Red, Abdon Black. It's a work in progress. That's how it's looking at the moment. And now we're starting to shade our Sentinel with Noon Oil first. And then McCrag Blue. No, sorry, Cowgirl Blue with Stormhost Silver, Rook Flesh, White Scar, Night Crystal Flesh, some Wild Rider Red, Caliban Green, Mechanica Standard Grey. Work complete, there it is, job done. Armoured Sentinel ready to go on the table. So, did you decide to add the highlights? Don't forget, adding highlights in is always optional. So there it is, job done. So, moving on to some lore here. Looks like the Death Guard. So, read D Fiction 20, Guardian of Life. So on the art here, got some Death Guard here. So I'll leave it there for a bit. Anyone wants to read? And then we will push on. So we're going to push on. There's another page here. We've got Death Guard there. So, Bonds of Honor, part 20. Read E Silver Templars 20. And we've got some art there with Angron from the World Eaters, with some of his troops. And we have another page with the World Eaters there. Sorry, I've got that all in pan there. And then a bit of art at the bottom. Baneblade with some Astra Militarum. Astra Militarum refuse to surrender even as they are overrun by the enemy. And then pushing on, the chain of command, read N Astra Militarum 08. The officers of the Imperial Guard are vital to success. So obviously here they are, the Lord Solar there. There you go, Lord Solar as a mini and painted. Lord Commander Solar, Acadian, Leotus rides to war, astride his cyber steed, Constantine. Lord Marshals and the Krieg. Commissars. And the officers from the Astra Militarum. So Acadian Lieutenant commands his troops as they battle the Night Lords. So, past couple of issues, we've got our Armoured Sentinel. Through fire and death, we shall never stop until the Imperium prevails. And then we got, as they always do, put our table there for our results and roll. Unit name, built, painted, and we're going to begin play. So, data slate. This is the next data sheet for your Astra Militarum Combat Patrol. The data sheet contains all the information needed to use the Armoured Sentinel in games of Combat Patrol. File this data sheet away safely so that it's ready to use in the game scenarios in this and future issues. So there you go. They gave us the Hunter Killer Missile, and the plasma cannon. And there we go. So, Casks Gunners, Combat Patrol Astra Militarum, as we've now completed our Combat Patrol for the Astra Militarum. So, Command Squad, obviously covering A. I can imagine this will be overleaf in a bit. I'll show you exactly what we got. Cadian Shock Troops, Field Ordnance Battery, and Armoured Sentinel. There's some of our troops there. Sergeant there, Shock Troop Sergeant, Metal Gun, Flamer, Grenade Launcher, and a Vox Caster and Lascum. And here we go. As lettered in the page before. Obviously, the only thing that's not covered on this one is the Heavy Weapon Squad. Obviously, that was an add-on. So, Lasgun, Medipack, Regimental Standard, and Master Vox, Power Fist, some of the variants of weaponry that these guys have. Cadian Veterans Guardsmen, Scenario 49 to War. This is Play F Scenarios 49. So, how to play? To play to war, set your battlefield as shown over leaf. The Astra Militarum player takes their Cadian Command Squad, both units of Cadian Shock Troops, their Field Battery and the Armoured Sentinel. They'll be battling the Orcs. Basically, they take all of them, I think. Yeah. Starting with the Astra Militarum player, the players take it in turns to select and place a total of 4 terrain cards. No card may be placed within 6 inches. An objective or within 6 inches of other players' deployment zone. So there's our deployment, our how to win. There's our battle mat, how it should look. So obviously bottom left, Astra Militarum deployment zone. Top right, Orcs deployment zone. Sentinel there. Data sheet abilities. And supercharged plasma. And then, was it an Astra Militarum victory or was it an Orcs victory? And there we go. So, look forward. We're on our final faction, the World Eaters, starting on 8182 with our Lord and Juggernaut. Going to be covering Corn's Favoured, and the campaign continues. And there it is, once it's all painted and ready to battle. So thank you all for watching. And yeah, I will see you all very soon, for issue 81, for our first and final faction of Combat Patrol magazine. So thank you all for watching. See you soon and stay safe. Bye bye.